What's going on, YouTube? Reezonoticz coming up right back at you with another video review. This time it's a console review, and it is on my most recent addition to my gaming console library. It's the Nintendo WiiU. Brand new system, had it since launch day, which was November 18, 2012. So it's been a little bit less than 3 months that I own this console, but it's an amazing piece of hardware. I'm going to show you the system itself, physically show you the system, its unique controllers. I'm going to go over all the, the connections that it has and what, the different features on the actual hardware. Then I'll show off the 4 games that I have for it. I'll give you a little mini review on each game and just talk about the advantages that this system offers that other consoles do not. So let's just go right into it. You are looking at the Nintendo WiiU. If you haven't seen it already, you've been living under a rock, but hey, I forgive you. It's an amazing console, amazing piece of hardware, nice design too, very small, very light. It's basically a slightly bigger but more rounded out, smoother version of the Nintendo Wii, its predecessor, as far as hardware design goes, the outside, the casing. In the front, you'll notice you have the disk drive right there, and then you have a slot right here that if you open up, gives you 2 USB ports and an SD card slot. All that is for taking advantages of offering external memory, more memory to the system. The system only comes in two right now, since launch till right now, it only comes in 2 SKUs. The basic, which is this white set, which is beautiful to look at, only comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM. Alright, 8 gigabytes of memory. I think it's flash memory if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't offer that much right out the box. The premium set is a sexier black model. So picture this, just black. And it offers 32 gigabytes of memory, which is also not that much. It's more than this, but together they're really not that much. But the reason for that is because they gave you these 2 USB slots on the front and an SD card slot, and also on the back, 2 more USB ports. So there is more than enough connections for you to hook up external hard drives and expand the memory of this console to your liking. So I think that's a plus. I think Nintendo was smart going that way, because instead of offering a hard drive built in or an external hard drive made by Nintendo that you gotta buy, they just gave you connections galore for you to be able, if I wanted to hook up a terabyte to this thing, I could. You know what I'm saying? So that was cheaper for Nintendo to go that route, cheaper to manufacture, cheaper on your wallet when you go buy the system, because you're not paying for a hard drive on top of everything else, and you got all the options in the world to expand your memory how you so wish. So I think that was a plus. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you got SD card slot and 2 USB connectors in this slot that is hidden, which is really nice looking. And on the back, you got 2 more USB ports. You got the vents for the ventilation here and on the side. On the back and on the side, and also on the top. So it's very efficient in how it cools down. It's a very quiet system. Doesn't make a lot of noise when it powers up or down or when it's running a game. You got 2 more USB connections, as I said. You also got your HDMI connection. Thank you, Nintendo, for going HD. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The graphics are just spectacular. You got where your power supply hooks in and your sensor bar. And here you got the option for an AC adapter. I'm not really sure what that's for. I don't know if that's if you don't have HD TV. I don't know why you wouldn't have it at this time, but some people don't. And you would be able to play with just your regular audio video cables by using that option. I believe that's what that's for. Don't quote me. But that's the actual layout of the system. Your power and eject button here, and you got your sync button here. This is for syncing the sensor bar to the Wii U controller and Gamepad, and to the Wii controllers that you can use with this. So that's the actual design of the system. Very beautiful to look at, very sleek. I mean, this sits under my HD TV just beautifully, just like boom, right there. Sleek looking. It's not a monstrous box like the Xbox 360 or the PS3. It's very sleek. Nintendo's always been very sleek. Very well designed system. I guarantee you this is just as durable as your GameCube or N64, because Nintendo's never made non-durable consoles. So that's the actual console itself. Now I'm going to show off the Gamepad, which is the unique controller for this system. It is where Nintendo has innovated next. Every console, if you follow Nintendo, every console they release comes out with some type of innovation. Something that you didn't have in the system before and that no other competitor offers. Some new development, some new innovation to change the way you game. So in this case, it's the controller, and it's the Wii U Gamepad. This looks big, but you notice I'm holding it in one hand. It's very light. It doesn't weigh a lot. Playing with this is a joy. It's not a chore. It's not heavy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go through the whole layout. First off, you'll notice on the top you have what looks like a sensor bar, a mini sensor bar. This is what links up with the sensor bar that you connect to your TV for your Wii and for your Wii U. In the middle there is a camera. I'm not sure if you can see that with all the glaring and all that, but right there you'll see there's a camera. So it comes with a sensor bar, a camera. Right here you'll notice on the bottom, let me see if I can show it to you, there is a mic. So it picks up audio recognition for voice commands and stuff like that on games. I think they're going to use that. in very unique ways, just like the Nintendo DS did. You also got 2 analog joysticks, very smooth. You got your standard A, X, Y, B buttons that Nintendo's been famous for, patent. You got your start and your start and select buttons right here. Your home button down here takes you to the just basic home menu of the Nintendo Wii U. Your D-pad. It also has right here, this little symbol is for NFC connectivity. So that's another feature they're going to be using. You got these two little dashes down here that are actually the speakers where the sound comes out through. You got your L and R, ZL and ZR trigger buttons. You see right there, right there, right there, right there. Very comfortable to hold. Up here you got another sensor, which is what again hooks up with the sensor bar. And inside the controller itself, you have a motion sensor, accelerometers, motion sensor devices that give motion controls to this gamepad, just like the Wii controllers before it. Then you got a 6.2 high definition touch screen in the middle of the controller, which is touch. It's very responsive. People have said it's not as responsive as the iPad, this and that. It may not be as responsive as the iPad, but it's pretty damn close. It works wonderfully. I have no problems with it. It's responsive and it's just amazing. And also, you have you'll notice there's a TV button down here. This is because this controller can actually double as the remote control for your television set. So by pressing that, I can actually control what channel I'm watching, the volume, the brightness, everything. I can control my TV with this little button down here. And then you got the power button, so you can turn the console itself and the gamepad on by pressing that button instead of having to get up and turn it on in the system. So that's basically the design of the controller. It is probably one of the best controllers in the gaming world ever made. My favorite is still the N64. But the reason for this screen in the middle, as I'll talk about more later, is that you can actually play your games in full high definition on this screen and not on the TV, so that your loved ones can watch TV while you game. So that's just one advantage. There's a million other reasons for that screen, but I'm just giving you an example. I mean, the controller is very light, like I said. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. You have your USB connector up here for charging for battery. It does suck up a lot of battery life, and it doesn't last more than about 3 hours, even when fully charged. That's the drawback. But with all the stuff it's got going on and all the stuff it's using, I can understand why. And you also have a headphone jack, so you can plug in headphones and play right there on this screen with your headphones, and nobody would even be bothered by your game. They'd be watching TV, doing whatever they want to do, and you'd be there playing your game. So that's the design of the controller. I'm going to show off real quick the 4 games that I had for the system, from launch day till now, and no specific order. New Super Mario Bros. U, very fun action platformer. If you play New Super Mario Bros. Wii or New Super Mario Bros. DS or whatever, it's the same thing, but this time it's in stunning 1080p HD, which Mario has never looked better. The level design is amazing, challenging, it's fun to play cooperatively, and it does some really cool stuff with the Wii U gamepad. Aside from being able to play the game specifically on the gamepad and leaving the TV free, you can actually play a multiplayer mode where everybody plays with Wii U controllers, like they've always played, and a 5th person can play with this gamepad and follow the game on the screen and add with a stylus, which I forgot to mention, I'm sorry. The controller brings also a stylus right there. So it's all very, very, what I'm saying? Everything that's ever happened in a video game controller is happening all simultaneously on this gamepad, which is it's a marvel. It's amazing. But with the stylus, someone can follow along in the game and just add blocks and power-ups to help the other 4 players who are playing New Super Mario Bros. U. So that's one of the games I got. It's actually the most recent game I got. Very fun. My kids love it. My wife loves it. I love it. It's Mario. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? So then you got Assassin's Creed 3. Now I wanted this because I wanted this one and another one that I'm going to show you. I wanted this game because, first of all, I love the Assassin's Creed series. I don't think I ever got to play the original Assassin's Creed. I started playing it when it was part 2, and I loved that one. And I said, well, 3's coming out, and finally it's on a Nintendo console. Nintendo has a HD console that not only supports this game, plays it stunningly, and it actually looks better, slightly better, than the PS3 and 360. So I wanted to get this on a Nintendo console, see how it played. And with the gamepad, amazing. Everything is there, the stunning 1080p graphics, the multiplayer online, which is not that great, but it's not that great for any of the systems. It's just a bonus. Amazing story, graphically, a beautiful game to look at and play and get engrossed in. You know what I'm saying? So it's Assassin's Creed at its finest. It is the best Assassin's Creed, I'll tell you that, out of the entire series that I played. Next, same thing. I wanted to get this game because now that Nintendo had an HD console that would support all these multi-platform, big-time, AAA games, I wanted to get it on Nintendo. Now that Nintendo's given me, as a gamer, everything You know, not just the innovation, not just the motion controls, not just the, you know, the amazing gameplay experiences and their amazing first-party stuff, but now they have a console that can support all these big-time AAA games that sell so much on the other consoles. So I wanted to give Nintendo my support and get it there also, and that's Call of Duty 2 or Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Amazing first-person shooter. You know, it's your typical Call of Duty stuff, but it actually has a very good single-player campaign. Amazing. It is by far the best single-player campaign I've ever played in a Call of Duty game. Ever. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. The multiplayer is all there, the online, everything is there. And again, it looks slightly better on the Wii U than it does on its other, on the 360 and the PS3 because of the added power that the Wii U's packing. You know what I'm saying? But everything is there. The multiplayer, the online, the graphics, they pull no punches. It's all there, and it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And then last but not least, I got this game at launch with the system because I was like, yo, I want a game that is tailor-made for this system from the ground up on launch day, to show me what the system and the new controller are capable of. And there was no game at launch that did that better than ReezonZ. A horrific, amazingly terrifying horror survival game, taking you back to the basics and the roots, and just basically this is the Bible of horror survival. It does so well, even better, what Resident Evil Part 1 and 2 originally did. This game does it even better. What Resident Evil 6 fails to do and Resident Evil 5 failed to do because they went into an action game type of direction, this game reminds us what horror survival is all about. And tailor-made for the Wii U. The controller acts as your smart map for the majority of the game and your radar while you're playing the game on screen, first-person perspective, trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, and you are alone. It's amazing, it's terrifying, the music, the atmosphere, the graphics are stunning, everything is great. Then there are certain areas in the game where the Wii U Gamepad comes into play. This is one of the games that you cannot play exclusively on the Gamepad because it uses the interaction of both screens. For example, if I go try to unlock a door, on the big screen you'll see it switch from first person to third person. You'll actually see your character, you know, trying to pick the lock, and while the zombies are coming from behind, so you can see what's going on behind. But on the screen of the gamepad, you'll see the door, the lock itself, and you'll be trying to pick it. So there's a lot of interaction between the two screens that make for some really suspenseful, horrifying moments in ReezonZ. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically my showcase or review of the Nintendo Wii U as a console. Like I said, I showed you the system design. I'll show it off one more time. Very sleek, very nice, very well designed by Nintendo. HDMI, thank you very much. Gamepad, Wii U Gamepad, everything there. I showed you all the features, all the buttons, the layout, everything that it offers. Very comfortable, sits in your hands just like that. It's light, it's fun to play with. I think the design is amazing. I think the controller is innovative, and everything you've ever had on a video game controller throughout the last 20 years is all piled together on this gamepad, so you can't go wrong. As far as the experience of the console itself, it's got the eShop, you know, which is Nintendo's online shop, online store where you go and download demos, buy games, whatnot, see your Nintendo Direct updates. All very smooth, very flawless. It's backwards compatible with Nintendo Wii. There is a Wii mode. In the menu, you see a tile it says Wii. That's Wii mode. You go in there and it starts the system over and opens up like if it's a Nintendo Wii. You can play all your games. It's got the virtual console back. It's got video chat capabilities. Man, there's just nothing the system cannot do. And the games that are coming out for it right now that I have are amazing titles. Right now we're in kind of a drought for the last 2 months or so because I think Nintendo's being very smart about this. Yeah, they're struggling because there's no big time games coming out, but they're being very smart because we all know that Nintendo's going to drop first party stuff that's going to be amazing. So there's no doubt about that. So what Nintendo's doing right now is they're not dropping that. They're bringing out all the third-party games like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and showing you that their system does that too. So now we're getting the message from Nintendo. All right, I'm going to get my amazing Smash Brothers, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Star Fox that I can only get on Nintendo. But you mean to tell me I can get that in HD and now also get Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Mortal Kombat, things like that? That's the message they're sending, and I think it's a very smart message. So basically, that's been my review. Amazing console. I mean, the games that I have so far for it, the 4 that I showed off, I have a blast with them every single day. I play each of them religiously, especially ReezonZ. I'm already in my second time playing through that game, and it's just as scary as it was the first time. You know what I'm saying? The game controller is just amazing. Everything works beautifully, and it offers you an experience you can't find on PS3 or 360. Let's see what Sony and Microsoft come out with later this year, but as for right now, to me, the best console on the market is the Nintendo Wii U, hands down. God bless y'all, stay gaming. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. See you when I see you.